Welcome to For the Love of Cars. This channel is where we celebrate everything on four wheels, from the legendary classics to the budget-friendly daily drivers, and the stories that make them unforgettable. If you love reliability, history, and a good road trip story, this is the right place. Hit that subscribe button and let's take this ride together, all for the love of cars.
5 worst used cars under $5,000. Pure trash to avoid. What's up, car family? Welcome back to For the Love of Cars. Usually, I hype you up with the best budget-friendly rides you should buy. But today, we're flipping it. These are the top 5 worst used cars of the 2000s you can buy for under $5,000. We're talking cars Consumer Reports begged us to avoid, mechanics still have nightmares about, and cars that'll leave your bank account crying harder than a teenager watching the last Fast and Furious movie. And hey, if you own one of these, don't be mad, just know you've got a survivor badge. Let's get into it. Number 5, Pontiac Aztek, 2001 to 2005. At number 5, the car that broke design departments everywhere, the Pontiac Aztek. Consumer Reports listed it as one of the cars to avoid. Time magazine called it instantly hated. I call it a transformer that got stuck halfway. This vehicle was sort of revived in the used vehicle market because it was the vehicle of choice for the infamous chemistry teacher Walter White in the Breaking Bad series. Common issues. Besides its abstract looks, head gasket failures, transmission problems, coolant leaks, and more electrical gremlins than a horror movie. Basically, if it can fail, the Aztek will try it. MPG, around 20 MPG combined, so it's not even efficient. Features, believe it or not, Pontiac tried to make this thing fun. It came with a removable cooler console, optional tent, and tons of cargo space. It's basically the world's ugliest camping buddy. Ownership cost, average repairs about $343 a year, but don't get comfortable. A major repair, like a blown gasket or transmission, will make you wish you brought a sleeping bag for the mechanic's waiting room. Question: would you actually drive this thing to a tailgate? Or would you just tailgate behind someone else and pretend it isn't yours? Number 4, Dodge Caliber, 2007 to 2012. Sliding into number 4, the Dodge Caliber. Dodge thought this would take on the Honda Civic. Instead, it got smoked like a barbecue rib. Consumer Reports trashed it for poor reliability, and the Truth About Cars called it a loser car. Harsh, but fair. Common issues. Cheap interior plastics that look like they were stolen from a toy factory. Failing suspension parts, noisy CVTs, and enough rattles to start a percussion band. MPG. Mid to high 20s on paper. In reality, most owners reported mid-20s at best. Features: big cargo space for its size, and some trims had upgraded stereos. But let's be real, no base in the world can drown out those repair bills. Ownership cost, around $1,135 a year in upkeep. That's the highest on this list. For context, that's like buying a gym membership you never use every single year. Question: would you rather drive a Caliber or just Uber everywhere until you run out of money? Number 3, Chrysler Sebring, 2007 to 2010. Next up at number 3 is the Chrysler Sebring. Now, Chrysler wanted this to compete with the Toyota Camry and Honda Accord. Spoiler alert, it didn't. The Sebring was a joke with no punchline. Critics called it a tired dog, and Consumer Reports told us to avoid it like a pothole. Common issues. Interior materials so cheap, they'd melt if you looked at them funny. Endless electrical faults, suspension problems, and styling that made people ask, is that new? Oh, it's not. MPG. About average for a mid-size sedan. Nothing exciting, nothing redeeming. Features. Came in sedan and convertible versions. The convertible sounded fun until you realized you were still in a Sebring. Ownership cost, about $641 a year in repairs. Not insane, until you realize you'll be fixing annoying little things constantly. Now here's something that was just wild. You talking about gaslighting to the fullest. Chrysler knew the Sebring's reputation was so bad, they didn't just update it, they gave it a whole new name. In 2011, the Sebring got a facelift, some interior upgrades, and Chrysler slapped a brand new badge on it. The Chrysler 200. Yep, same bones underneath, but a fresh name to escape the Sebring's bad press. It's like showing up to your high school reunion with a different haircut and hoping nobody remembers you were the kid who set off the fire alarm. Now, to be fair, the 200 did improve over the Sebring, but it also inherited plenty of the same DNA. So if you see a used Chrysler 200 sitting for cheap, just know it's the Sebring playing dress up. Question: would you take the convertible version if someone gave it to you for free, or would you rather just ride a bicycle with the wind in your hair? Number 2, Jeep Compass, 2007 to 2016. At number 2, we've got the Jeep Compass. Jeep lovers expected adventure. What they got was disappointment on 4 wheels. Consumer Reports ranked it low for reliability, and the Truth About Cars readers voted it one of the worst cars of the year. Common issues: CVT transmissions that quit faster than interns on their first day, suspension clunks, electrical problems, and zero off-road capability. Basically, it's a Jeep that's scared of dirt. MPG: about 22 city, 27 highway decent, but not enough to save its reputation. Features: sunroof on some trims, but inside it felt cheaper than a roadside hot dog. Ownership cost: expect $800 to $1,000 a year in maintenance. That's a lot for a car that'll get laughed out of a Jeep meetup. Question: would you rather buy a Compass or just buy an actual Compass and walk to your destination? Number 1, Chrysler PT Cruiser, 2001 to 2010. And at number 1, the car that's both retro and regrettable, the Chrysler PT Cruiser. Mechanic Scotty Kilmer called it one of the worst cars ever. Consumer Reports backed that up with terrible reliability ratings. Common issues: overheating engines, blown head gaskets, failing transmissions, and electrical failures galore. If you want a project car, this thing will keep you busy and broke. MPG: mid-20s at best, but usually worse. Features: retro design, big hatchback cargo area. People love the look at first, then they realize it came with the reliability of a shopping cart. Ownership cost: around $641 a year in repairs. But in reality, big failures could cost you more than the car is worth. Question: would you risk it for the retro cool look, or just admire them from junkyards where they belong? So there you have it: the Pontiac Aztek, Dodge Caliber, Chrysler Sebring, Jeep Compass, and Chrysler PT Cruiser. These are the top 5 worst used cars of the 2000s that's pure trash. You'll find under $5,000 cars that prove just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's a bargain. Which one do you think deserves the crown as the worst of the worst? Drop it in the comments.
Thanks for watching For the Love of Cars. If you enjoyed this ride, give it a thumbs up and share it with a fellow car lover. Don't forget to hit subscribe. You will never miss on our next deep dive into cars that move us from budget-friendly buys to timeless classics. Until next time, keep your wheels turning and your passions burning, all for the love of cars.